This is a true and scary horror story from the countryside. It was the summer I turned 16. My father was working late every night, and my mother had taken a job at a nearby farm market to help out. She worked only weekends, so when the night before my birthday rolled around, I didn't really think it was a big deal that she wasn't home yet. But then when midnight struck and no car pulled into the driveway, I began to worry. That's when I heard a noise outside. I lived in an isolated countryside home, and I had never heard this sound before. It sounded like someone was stomping on the roof. Being terrified, I got into bed under the covers. Soon the stomping stopped. I relaxed a little until I heard what sounded like hail. But again, it was not like anything I had ever heard. The hailstones sounded like they were the size of fists. That's when I noticed the bedroom window was open. In a panic, I closed the window, turned on the bedside lamp, tucked myself in even tighter, and tried to calm down. My dog, who usually slept in the living room, whined and came and snuggled up to me, which kind of comforted me. Then the power went out. I felt a cold breeze against my skin, and my dog started barking frantically. I don't want to describe what I saw next, because it would probably be too much for some of you, but I'll try my best to paint the picture without being too graphic. In the corner of the room where the closet and the door met, there was a figure standing in the darkness. It was hunched over and seemed almost skeletal. Then it began to move. It shambled closer to my bed, still keeping itself hidden in the shadows. At this point, I was shaking uncontrollably, trying to make myself as small as possible while screaming silently inside. The thing moved closer and closer until its face was inches away from mine. I could see its teeth. They were long and yellow and crooked. It smelled like decay. Its eyes were soulless black pits. Then it opened its mouth and let out a guttural screech that seemed to split my skull. I passed out. When I woke up, the sun was shining through the window, the sheets were tangled around me, and the room was silent. No longer paralyzed with fear, I shot out of bed and ran to the window. As I looked out over the yard, I noticed some pebbles and dirt that were not there the evening before. And that's when I remembered the stomping. I ran outside and searched around the yard for more clues, but there was nothing. Later that morning, my mum found me sitting on the porch swing crying, and she took me to the local doctor. He gave me a once-over and told us he couldn't find anything wrong with me. My dad picked us up and drove us home in silence. That night, my dog refused to leave my side, and neither of my parents said a word the whole time. For years, the event haunted my nightmares. I grew up convinced that something evil was living in the walls of my house. Every creak and every moan sent shivers down my spine. When I was old enough to drive, I would drive around with my windows rolled up even in the middle of summer, just so I wouldn't have to hear the sounds of the road. I learned to hate the rain because it reminded me of the hailstorm. I eventually moved out and bought a new car. I thought that all my fears were behind me. I rarely thought about the creature in the closet, but sometimes I dreamed about it. But then one day I was driving back home from visiting college. I was tired, so I decided to pull off at a rest stop for a quick nap. I parked my car and laid my head on the steering wheel. As soon as I closed my eyes, I heard the stomping again. Immediately I jumped out of my car and began running around it, frantically looking underneath it, in between the doors. There was nothing there. I climbed back in, started the engine, and sped away. I didn't call my parents for help because I knew they wouldn't believe me, and since nobody else believed me either, I've kept this secret for a long time. Now, as an adult, I've begun to accept that people don't understand things they haven't seen or experienced themselves, and I don't feel the need to convince anyone that I'm telling the truth. It doesn't matter anyway. Because here I am now, years later, still unable to listen to the rain, still unable to look directly at certain angles of shadows, still afraid of the dark, still scared to sleep alone. And here I am telling you this story that you probably won't believe. But if you do believe me, then I want to ask you, if you were in my shoes, Would you be able to look in that closet? If you were in my shoes, could you move forward, or would you forever live in fear? What do you think? So that's the story I wanted to share with you today. It's a story about facing your fears and overcoming them. Now let's take a look at our template. We have spaces to fill in. Let's take a look at each one. Number 1, the type of video. Is it a dynamic video? Is it educational? Is it inspirational? Maybe it's a motivational video. Let's say this video is a dynamic video. Number 2, the main subject, and in this case, it is a horror story from the countryside. Number 3, the starting point or the background. It starts with a young girl's terrifying encounter with a mysterious creature in her home. Number 4, key points or milestones such as plot twists, revelations, or turning points. The main character confronts her fear, seeks help from others, and tries to move on with her life. Number 5, the types of multimedia elements used in the video. Is it an interview? Is it archival footage? Animation. Use a mix of interview footage, archival footage, and animation to illustrate the concept. Number 6, the narrator's voice. Who is the narrator? Here it's the author of the story. Number 7, the desired tone. Is the tone engaging? Is it fun? Is it serious? The tone should be engaging and educational. Number 8, the challenges and advancements. Here we talk about the main character's struggle to overcome her fear of the creature. Number 9, future prospects or visions. Here we might want to consider the possibility of a sequel. Number 10, a concluding theme. What brings everything together? In this case, it's the importance of facing one's fears. Number 11, the role of the topic in a broader context. Facing one's fears can lead to personal growth and self-discovery. Number 12, the length of the video. How long is the video? Number 13, accessibility features. Does the video have captions or subtitles? Does it have transcripts? Number 14, content style. Is the content primarily educational? Is it entertaining? Is it a mix of both? Number 15, a specific stylistic element. What makes the video unique? In this case, perhaps the blend of horror and coming-of-age themes, or the profound insight into the human psyche. Number 16, a specific voice for the narration. We can choose a popular voice actor. Number 17, the type of personal touch. Does the video have a personal touch? In this case, the story is told from a personal perspective. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to fill in our fill-in-the-blank template. If you did, please let me know in the comments below and I'll see you next time.